Yeah, he'll be in a second. Can you hear me?
Good evening. Welcome to the agenda for the Quorum Court Committee meeting tonight, Tuesday, October the 11th, 2022, here at the Jefferson County Courthouse. We're starting a little bit late, but everybody seems to be in place now, so we can get started. We're going to start with roll call. Justice Jimmy Fisher.
Here.
Justice Ted Harden.
Present.
Justice Reginald Adams.
Present.
Justice Roy Agee.
Present.
Justice Conley Byrd.
Present.
Amen.
Amen.
All right. All right. Justice Alfred Carroll.
Present.
Justice Melanie Dumas.
Here.
Justice Brenda Bishop Gaddy.
Here.
Okay. Justice Glenda Daniels.
Here.
Justice Danny Holcomb.
Here.
Justice Cedric Jackson.
Present.
Justice Patricia Royal Johnson.
Here.
Justice Reginald Johnson.
Here.
Everybody's here and present and accounted for. Next, we'll have the report of the committees. We will start out with public safety, and that is Justice Conley Byrd.
Thank you, Judge. We've got 2 items before us this evening. All the committee members are here, present and accounted for, and the committee consists of myself as chair, Reginald Adams, Roy Agee, Jimmy Fisher, Melanie Dumas, Brenda Bishop Gaddy, and Patricia Royal Johnson. The first item is an appropriation ordinance to create Fund 1850 funding assistance and appropriate funds to 1850. This is the school lunch money that we received at the end of last month that we haven't appropriated yet for juvenile justice in the amount of $5,000. Do I have a motion?
Motion that we pass it on to the legislature.
I have a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passed, Judge. The second item is an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation for Fund 1805 Sales Tax Rural Fire. It's an amount of $6,783.03. Part of it came from Pine Bluff, part of it came from Whitehall, and there's a small piece we were having to reappropriate a check that was never cashed out of Humphrey. Do I have a motion and a second?
Second.
Is there any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The motion carries. Judge, that concludes the Public Safety Committee.
Thank you, Justice Byrd. Next, we will have the judicial, and that's Justice Roy Agee.
Yes, we have 2 items on the agenda tonight with the Judicial Committee. Number 1 is an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from Fund 1814 Emergency Reserve to Fund 1000 County General Circuit Courts.
Mr. Chairman, I move we pass it on to the Finance Committee with a due pass.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Move on to the Finance Committee for approval. Number 2, an appropriation ordinance, transfer funds from Fund 3025 victim witness to fund 1,000 county general prosecutor.
Move for adoption. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in approval, say aye.
That we pass it to the finance committee, right?
Okay. I move that we pass it to the finance committee. That ends our report, Judge.
Okay, thank you, Justice A.G. Next, we'll have Human Resource Committee, and that's Justice Cedric Jackson.
Have on the agenda, appropriation ordinance to add a spot, county president.
Must be in there. I didn't have it.
Motion to approve.
Second. Okay, I got a motion and a second.
Wait a minute. Who made the motion?
I did.
Okay. Second.
Any discussion? All right, time to vote. All in favor by saying aye.
Aye.
Any nays?
Passes
Pass it forward.
to, yeah, okay, to finance.
That's the end of my report, Judge.
Thank you, Justice Jackson. Next, we will move to Budget and Finance, and that is Justice Jimmy Fisher.
Mr. Chairman, I move the first 4 items on your agenda be passed on to the full court with a due pass. They came from the committees approved, or recommending approval.
Second.
We have a motion and a second for the first 4 items that came on the agenda. Do we have any questions? Not all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Judge, we have 11 other items left on the agenda. Item number 5, an appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation fund, 1,000 county general corner.
Motion approved.
We have a motion and a second. Questions? There be not any. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 6, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate fund for funds 1,000 county buildings.
Move for adoption. Move we pass it on the full court with a due pass, sorry.
Got a motion and a second. Are there any questions?
My understanding, Mr.
Chairman
Chairman,
recognize Justice Byrd.
this is FEMA money, right? And all
Yes.
this
Not FEMA.
grant money?
Grant, it's grant money.
Right. Okay, that's the only question I had.
And being all the,
It's FEMA, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong, but yes, it is FEMA money.
yeah.
Okay.
Are there any other questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 7, appropriation ordinance to provide a supplemental appropriation to fund 1,000 county general
Motion to
elections.
approve.
We have a motion and a second and a third.
Make the motion.
Are there any questions?
Pass it on to the full court with a due pass.
We have a pass on motion. Is there? Out of labor.
Mr. Chairman,
Yeah, we can't approve it.
Questions? Chair recognizes Justice Carroll.
I'd like to ask, what would be the procedure if the department decides that Pine Bluff is going to have an elected board versus an appointed board at this point?
I have no idea. I think he's talking about the.
Is that a school board?
The school board. I'm assuming that they would, I mean, again, it would have to be an election.
We would just come back and appropriate the necessary funding.
Yes. And I don't see the county clerk. Oh,
If there would be a election commissioner question,
right,
I
But
would
if-
assume vote like you just said.
right, but if they had to have one, we would have to appropriate.
To my understanding, being in the system, that's being handled through the states, that board of elections. for the school boards, the Pine Bluff school boards. Yeah, that's being, going through the states. States is taking care of that. The elected, those that have been nominated.
Mr. Chairman, yeah, they are making a decision whether it will be an appointed board with limited authority.
Yes.
Or whether they will allow Pine Bluff to elect its own board. Yes, you are correct, they are doing that, but I'm talking about.
It's not gonna happen this year, Justice Carroll.
Thank you, but I've been going to the meetings in Little Rock, so I just asked a question.
Okay, thank you, Justice Carroll.
Justice Fisher.
Chair recognizes Justice Byrd.
I talked with Mike Adams earlier today, and he said we're going to be reimbursed $110,000 for the primary, and then there's going to be some additional money come in from the runoff, but he didn't have that amount at this time. So
That would be from the elections.
from the elections.
Thank you. That being said, are there any other questions? If not, all in favor? All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 8, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds within funds 1808, Environmental Enforcement Officer.
Move to pass it on to the full court with a due pass.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions? If not any, all in favor? All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 9, appropriation ordinance to appropriate funds to Fund 1808, Environment Enforcement Officer.
Move we pass this on to the...
Wait a minute. That is the same, that
is the same thing.
scratch that one, and we will have to make number 10, 9, and sequential will follow from that. So number 10 will be 9.
Well, we can still do it by the number on there. We
Yes.
just avoid this one.
Right.
We can just avoid this one.
Thank you, because you're challenging my math now. Justice recognized.
Since we're voiding one of them was for $4,500, the other one was for $800.
Yeah.
It was two different amounts.
Hold on just a second.
I'm kind of thinking, yeah, one's 4,500, and one's 800.
So they are,
It's two different ones.
they are different.
The first one was cleanup of $4,500 from 1808, 423, 201
You are correct.
to
You are-
2007. And then this other one is the $800.
You are correct. That is dealing with two separate incidents. So yes, you are correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we need to have
The second one we have on the table, I guess, but that's the one that's being offset by logging fees. The
Yes.
$800.
One of them, yeah, the $800 logging fees, and then the other one is totally separate. So we stand corrected.
I am correct.
Thank you, Justice Byrd, for bringing it out.
Mr. Chairman,
Chair recognizes Justice Carroll.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to call for a point of order in that I got permission from you to ask a question that was partially answered by the judge, which is appropriate, but I do not think it is appropriate. I do not appreciate heckles coming from people who are out in the audience who seem to want to chastise or insert their 2 cents into the question that was asked. And I just want to make note of that heckling from those persons who are not a part, heckling is not appropriate anyway, but certainly from those folks that's not a part of the committee and not a part of this court is out of order.
Thank you, Justice Carroll, do note it. So item number 9 is in order.
Yes,
We already passed it.
we already passed
That's 9,
that. So,
okay.
yes, we're at 10.
Item number 10, an appropriation order to transfer funds within Fund 3036 recycling.
Move we pass this on to the full court with a due pass.
We have a motion, do we have a second?
Second.
We got a second, are there any questions? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 11, an appropriation ordinance to establish a county general sub-fund to be called the local assistant trivial consistency fund, LATC, and to declare an emergency.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion and a second. Are there any questions? Not all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item 12, an appropriation order to provide a supplemental appropriation fund 2000 transfer fund from funds 1814 emergency reserve to fund 2000 road and transfer fund from funds 30 to 46 American Rescue Plan to fund 2000 roads.
Move we pass this on to the full court with a due pass.
We have a motion
Second.
and we have a second. Are there any questions?
I have a question.
One question, Chair recognizes Justice Johnson.
Like, if I can ask this, Mr. Lewis,
Yes, yes.
is it possible for us to get a, sheet or, each one of the roads that are being done, whether they've been completed or not, and when you're doing like a sheet with a packet or something like that, so. Sure.
Yes, we can do that, and I did make some notes from a previous conversation. We are completing Irene Drive as we speak, Randall Road, Osborne Road, Providence Road. We've already done, Providence Road was like 7.4 miles. We've done 5.5 miles of that. We have 2 miles left. We are just about finished with that. People out there are pretty happy. Lucky Road, in which the lady was here, from, I think she talked Raydale, and, one of your people that had talked with you. That road has been completed. And Hannaberry Lake Road was also included in that. And so we finished that. We also have completed, that's not counting Musgrove, Gaddy, Kuntz, and Wheeler Chapel Road. That so we're almost right at 20 miles of road. Probably going to be a little bit more than 20 miles of road. So, but those are the ones that we are working on now, and that's what these monies are for, to finish those roads. The work is in the process. In the process, even though we had the bids were made, the materials and all the things that we needed almost triple. Almost triple. I say 2.5 times. So I counted it almost 3 times. So that's why we're coming back and asking for that. Justice, if
Adam.
Chair recognizes Justice Adams.
I did hear, Musgrove.
yes,
I do quite a bit of work out in that area. Do you have any kind of date? Every time I go out there, boy, they nail
on
Musgrove.
Musgrove is completed.
Is it?
Yes,
Thank you.
So you can go back out there and
it is.
Go back out there now.
It is completed, and it looks good. It was done in a hot mix.
they can take you off the cross now,
Yes.
Justice. Justice recognize Justice Gaddy.
This is to Mr. Ricky.
Yes,
I have gotten a call from the court site, and they said that you all did come out there. But what you did was put asphalt, just threw asphalt down up in there, and it's coming back up. By my understanding.
What's the name of the road?
What is the court site out here, like you're going towards Walmart, back out in that area? Remember, those peoples came and they talked and they called me, and I had gone out there. And they said, your peoples did come.
Out in the Pine Bergen area, or the?
Nuh-uh, with the Pine Bergen. the quarter-sack or something.
Cul-de-sac
Is the end of a road. I mean, I need a name. That's what I'm trying to get across.
That is the name. That's what they said.
Not no,
Well,
that's the circle.
anyway, I get the name for you.
Yeah, that's
I'll
fine.
get that for you. But, he called me and he told me what y'all did come.
Mhm.
And what y'all did was just put asphalt down up in those holes.
Oh, okay, it's patching, yes, what we call patching. And it's not gonna stay, it's just
That's right, it's not gonna stay.
I mean,
Because, excuse me,
Mhm.
but what they said was it's already coming back up.
oh, yeah.
But by my understanding was they was going to clear all that up and put, that was by the judge now. That's why we got you all that new equipment to
That's when you resurfacing one, Ms. Gatti. I mean, that's when you grinding the road.
Yeah,
It's
and-
serious of patch.
Yeah, we
I
had,
know I'm talking about a patch, I
Yeah.
understand that.
That's
But they said
just
that
what it
even-
is, just what it says, it's not gonna stay.
Well, what we gonna do about it?
well, this is a lot of times, Ms. Gaddy, when people call about their roads, it may be a patch job right now, but what we do, this list that I'm talking about, this was a list of the roads that were, no, these were the list of the roads that were in pretty bad shape, and that we put them on the list to get done. It's not saying that we're not going to get to that road to maybe even chip seal or resurface it. It may not be on the list for this year, but at some point in the future, we will have that road on the list to redo. So a lot of times people, when they ask about these roads and everything, they're talking right now. And we tell them often, Rome wasn't built in a day. Give us an opportunity and we
I
will,
agree with that.
and we will get there.
Okay, but see, I hadn't got the information back. I didn't know what to tell them. Because when they called me, that's what they tell me. And I said I was gonna talk to him about that.
Well, just,
I didn't know.
right. Well, that's, I mean, they do a pretty good job of contacting our office about their roads, and
Well, that's,
and
I know
we
they
try,
do because I
yeah,
tell them to call.
yeah, we try to, yeah. You're telling you're telling them right. You're telling them right. That's that's right.
A lot of times, Judge,
It's all right.
Yeah,
I would give them your number.
yeah. That's not a problem. We don't have a problem with that, and yeah. So.
Chair recognize who?
All right, this is for Ms. Rika Girl. So, I see in your report, you have fuel, oil, and lubricants, asphalt, gravel, dirt. You're saying I understand all of that. However, I don't understand other professional services. Can you not be more descriptive to me?
Well,
You want me to answer that?
Go.
Other professional services are those services that we may contract out, such as when we use maybe Lloyd Cato or someone like that outside of our realm to get things done. So these were already bidded out.
Yeah.
So again, in the bid, even though it was bidded out at one particular price, when those prices and everything went up, so we had to make the adjustment. So that's what other professional services. But to that effect, if we need to break that down,
Yes, I would like that.
break that down a little bit more, we'll break that down a little bit more.
Okay.
Okay. Justice Fisher.
My turn?
Yeah.
Okay,
We need to vote.
all in favor? Aye. All opposed, like sign. Motion carries. Item number 13, appropriation ordinance to transfer fund from 3046 American Recovery Plan to 4802 Municipal Special Project Construction Fund, site of Alzheimer, Humphrey, and Redfield Water and Sewer Projects.
Motion to approve.
We have a motion in a couple of seconds.
Bird.
Are there any questions?
Gaddy.
If not, all in favor?
I do have a comment.
Comment. We got a spot for that.
I'm speaking on behalf of Alzheimer, Wabasika, and Humphrey. We are in desperate need, all of us. some more than others. I do know all counties. So when we go to vote next week, please take that under consideration. Please do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Gaddy. You know, those mayors, we have been working closely with, and again, they have really been in touch with my office, and I think that we've tried to work together. And if the court does not mind, I would like to give them an opportunity to speak, if that's okay, Chair. If that's okay with the court. They can tell you about their emergencies better than I can. So,
Sure.
can we allow them 3 minutes apiece to?
Can we just finish this business and then go right into that?
Yes, whatever.
Yes. Can we finish this business and then allow them to speak? We just got 2 other items left.
They don't want to vote because
It's not the same business?
Yeah, it's the same, it's the same thing. We've already voted on it.
Okay.
Yeah, we've
Thank
already
you.
voted
Thank you,
on
Chair.
it. Thank you. Yes,
May I likewise have a comment?
yes.
I am sad that items continue to be put on the agenda, put forward by persons that are not part of the legislative body, number one. Number two, that items still come across for our approval using the American Rescue Plan funds. And I've repeatedly requested funds for our youth in Jefferson County out of that same fund source, and cannot get it even on agenda, even though it's tabled now in committee. I'm just at awe how this is being done.
Okay, thank you. Justice Carroll, we recognize your comment. If I might speak, these are cities all time of Humphrey and Redfield. I've also have visited with those mayors back about a year and a half ago. We met them, and we met with them and spoke with them and was concerned about their water about a year and a half ago. So this just didn't pop up. This was something that we had discussed and talked about along the way, and it may have been in that time when you were home, but we do apologize that you may have missed that, but it's duly noted that we understand what you're asking and what you're saying. And again, if my memory is recorded right, I've got a soft drive now instead of a hard drive. The judge did say that I believe you all were supposed to meet concerning that issue. And with that being said, we just hope and pray that y'all get a chance to come to the table and get that done. With that being said, item number 14, an appropriation ordinance to appropriate the transfer fund within funds 1,000 county general, county clerk.
Move the,
We have a motion and a second.
Wait. Who motioned? Who motioned?
Are there any questions? All in favor? All opposed? Motion carried. Item 15 and last, an appropriation ordinance to transfer funds from Amendment 79 to the reappraisal fund.
move we pass this on to the full court with a do pass recommendation.
We have a motion
Second?
Yeah.
and a second.
It's 16, item 16.
We got a 60, okay. All in favor, 15, all in favor? All opposed, like sign. Motion carried. Item number 16, appropriation ordinance to add a slot in the county clerk's office. We have a motion and a
Okay.
second. Are there any
AG.
questions?
AG and Gaddy.
All in favor? All opposed? Like sign? Motion carried. Judge, that is my report, and at this time, Judge, we release my seat back to the judge.
Okay, thank you very much. Before we, I would like to allow those mayors an opportunity to speak and tell about their emergency situation. So I guess I'll I'll start in alphabetical order, and I'll start with all-timer. So that is Mayor Zola Hudson.
Good evening, Judge.
Is the mic on?
And to all the justices, I would just like to say thank you very much for allowing us this opportunity. Also, I'd like to acknowledge my city councilors present as well to support me with this opportunity to let you all know that we over across the river, I know some of you all, Justice Fisher has been over there, that we have a 100-year-old tank that's from the conception of our city. We have many pinholes, and we need a new water tank. We have looked both ways as rehabbing as well as reconstruction. Of course, you all know the rural communities, we just do not have the funding to do the new without asking for your help. As Justice Gaddy mentioned, we are in dire need of a new construction, but we need your support. Yes, the ARPA money is there, and we have, we're currently applying for a grant for new construction as well as for our wastewater. But you know how grants are, you don't know if you're gonna get them or not until that time. So that's why we're here asking tonight for your support. Just like to let you know also that we had our tank rehabbed in 1984, and it only lasted a few years with having a rehab, so it's not like it haven't been done before. And so I just want to let you all know that that's why we're looking at both ways, the rehab as well as the new construction. And secondly, I would just like to share that I know some of you all that's familiar with the Newtown area. When the Newtown was annexed on into Altamont many years ago, we still are in dire need of fire protection support in that area. We do not have the proper water lines nor the fire hydrants for the Newtown area. And that's another issue that I'm asking for your support and consideration for the Newtown area as well. We have the old AC lines or the galvanized lines. I know that you all know what that is, and those need to be replaced as well. So, any other questions or comments? I would just like to say thank you all for allowing us to have this time.
Well, Mayor Hudson, I want to thank you in cooperation and your patience. We know this has been a long road and a long problem that you guys have been dealing with, and we appreciate your patience. In alphabetical order, so it will be Humphrey next, Mayor Cleveland Hatch.
That's all you need.
Well, you know, Judge, yesterday, Concord, you know, I think about a year or so ago, I brought one of these pipes and showed you already. But we have, you can see old metal line, rusty. They about 80 to 90 years old, older. And they constantly rupturing, leaking. And when they leak, you know, we lose water revenue for the chemicals and other things. Not to mention tearing up the roads. And so, again, I'm here to thank y'all for considering help toward getting new water lines. That would be the ones that, the new modern day lines, that we won't have this metal type, that rust causing problems, possible even health problems if they get in there. But again, we appreciate what y'all doing for us, and be grateful and for you, everything that you've done, and we'll do if we need you again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor Hatch. Thank you, Mayor Hatch. We appreciate your service.
That pipe actually came out of the section close to your house.
So I got a leak?
We charging you for it. I got one question concerning the new pipes. What are you looking at? Are you looking at CPVC or are you looking at PET pipe?
PVC pipe, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Next, we'll have the mayor of Redfield, Ms. Robin Brooks.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the judge since I became mayor in 2019, the judge and I have developed a very good communication relationship, working relationship, and for the first time in a long time, we feel like Redfield's not sitting on the back burner, and we appreciate everything the judge has done to try to help us. This opportunity tonight, I appreciate all the honorable justices and what you're doing for all of us in the county. I know how hard you work, what all you have to go through. But where the city of Redfield came from with our project that we put before you is we have a lot of issues just like Humphrey and just like Alzheimer does. We don't even have any city maps to show where the lines are, the water lines are. Our water superintendent, who I brought with me, Mr. Perry Veazey, he started just a couple months before I did, so he inherited quite a headache of trying to make repairs and deal with all the problems one-on-one. But we ended up defining a specific project that we felt our engineering firm even felt was one of our most critical needs right now, and that is the $900,000 wastewater bar project. So I'm just the mayor. I brought the experts with me. I brought Perry Veazey, our water superintendent, that I'd like to introduce. And I also brought Mrs. Elizabeth Hiles, who is an engineer with Hawkins and Weir, who is the engineering firm that is our consulting firm and has been with us from the ground up with our wastewater treatment facility. But I would like, if there's going to be any questions or anything, I'd like for Perry or Ms. Hiles to answer the questions about this specific project, if anybody has any questions about it. We know we've got a lot of pipes, we've got a lot of things. We've been dealing, the judge knows, we've been dealing with the contractor and the subcontractor that's plowing through the city, our city, and digging up lines and mains and hitting them. We've been dealing with that problem since September 1. So just like I've expressed to the Arkansas Economic Development Commission and to the Riddick vice presidents and the construction vice president, our municipalities in the county cannot afford that kind of negligence. But we're dealing with that also, so that's also a problem. But I would like to thank you all and thank you all for considering us. This is unprecedented. We know this ARPA funding, and we know everybody's keeping it close to their chest and trying to prioritize on how to spend the money. And we understand that, but we do appreciate if you would consider Redfield's project also. Sure.
Are y'all replacing just the main line, or the homeowner has to replace their own line, or you doing it?
Harry, will you?
What, y'all just replacing the main line?
We don't have any mainline replacement projects on tap right now. we just completed a $2.5 million project for a new water treatment facility that we're paying for now. And we got a $500,000 lift station upgrade going on that we're paying for out of our pocket. But we need our receiving headwaters at our sewer treatment plant updated.
So maybe that question should have been from Humphrey, he was on.
Yeah.
Oh, he got a
That's
question.
not our project.
We got another question for you.
Oh, okay.
Oh, for me?
Yes, ma'am. So as new construction comes in your area, how is it affecting what you've already got there?
That's what we're trying to head off now.
That's exactly right.
So the problem is the new construction that you're adding is hurting what you already have in place.
We're trying to stay in compliance and above limits.
Thank you.
And this project will help right here.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, again, we appreciate the oh, okay, go ahead. Yeah.
The piping that you're replacing, I asked her the same question. You're replacing the main line, do the homeowner have to replace their side? Are you replacing the homeowners as well?
No, just the lines, the main lines for the city of Humphrey. And, if the.
So if your line is 90 years old, the homeowner's line is 90 years old.
Well,
so you still gonna end up with a leak, right?
some of them, what you're saying, some homes could be 90 years old, but you got some homes is not, water lines to them is not quite that old there. We don't have a whole lot of lines to the homeowner right now that is causing problems, or leaking.
Right. Yeah, when most of the homes were built, they were under the new code,
Right.
and those PVC lines tied into those metal lines. So,
It's actually a main line
Yeah.
on the city.
yeah.
That's not a home, that's actually 3/4. That's it. Wow.
Yeah.
It's down to about a pencil lead side on the inside, you dug it up. So it puts the water flow also.
I just know when you get the full of the pipe,
You can,
now the homeowner gonna end up carrying some kind of, cost.
Yes.
So if you turn into these rotten pipes as well,
right,
so it's gonna be on the homeowner on the other side of the meter.
that is correct.
All right.
That is correct. They, they already know that now. Anything that's on them with a side meter.
Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah.
On them.
All right, we thank everyone. That is with no other left on the agenda. The meeting is adjourned.